On Good Morning Northwest, breaking weather news. Snow has been falling for hours and will stick around. We'll take you out on the roads and give you a first-hand look at conditions you face this morning.
Well, with the promised snow here, a winter weather advisory in effect throughout the day. For how much we're going to see and for how long it's coming in, that's coming up.
And it's election eve. We're taking a look at the last-minute drive to get your vote. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning, and thanks so much for starting your week with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Dance. It is Monday, November 7th. We do have a number of schools that are closed or delayed. Those will be running through. They are running now and will be throughout the morning on the top of your screen.
Yeah, you can also check out KXLY.com. Here's Mark Peterson with the first alert forecast. Mark.
All right, well, we're tracking snow coming through the area. There's no doubt about it. Started yesterday into the northwestern side of the state, Omak, Tonasket, and such. And now we're tracking that snow coming into our area. Here are the 4 things you need to know as we get going on a Monday morning. Winter weather advisory in effect for our area till this afternoon. We're going to see the snow around our region, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and then north around noon, earlier breaking off to the south. So it's going to move from the south up to the north. Slippery morning drive. There's no doubt about that. And that Arctic cold that's coming in behind this snow. Winter weather advisory, yeah, till 4 p.m., but we're going to see the snow end by mid-morning, but still flurries later on today. And a winter storm warning in pink from Winthrop all the way to Chewelah, Colville, and Ione. Deer Park right on the cusp of that. We're sitting at 25 degrees with the snow. You can see the tracks that are going through areas of Coeur d'Alene. We have 29 degrees now, and we still have snow falling. That radar continues to show the snow that's coming through I-90 all the way down just till you get past, say, Four Lakes, and then it stops. So for the next 12 hours, yeah, we're going to have snow in the morning hours. By 11, we should be done, and our high today is going to be 32. That's going to happen middle of the day.
Well, as we've been telling you, another round of snow is falling across the inland northwest. If you're heading to work or school this morning, make sure to give yourself plenty of time.
Yeah, unlike last week, this snow is going to stick around. Our temperatures are plunging, as Mark's been telling us. Destiny Richards is live with what things are doing right now.
Yeah, the snow is continuing to fall, not letting up this morning, and it is covering the roads. We're getting you a live look right now of Division at Sinto, and it's getting better as more cars are on the road, definitely seeing more pavement, but the lines and the lanes are going to be a little difficult to see. As usual, give yourself plenty of space between yourself and the cars around you. And then we've been talking about the side streets that are going to be very slippery. Just driving around this morning, it was kind of tricky going to stop signs, to stop lights, turning, things like that. So just if you think that you're comfortable driving, then I would say still exercise caution when you're stopping and going. But yeah, this is going to continue to fall throughout the morning. Definitely a slippery commute. Make sure you have the First Alert weather app so you can stay updated on all the changing weather. And just so you know when it's starting, when it's stopping, the timing for all of these snow days, because there are more snow days on the way even after today. And it's going to get really, really cold too. So just stay with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Hey, Destiny, you've been out and about for a while. Have you seen any city plows or any crews out at all?
Where we're at right now, we haven't seen any plows, but we've definitely seen evidence that they've been at work. There are definitely roads that look a lot more smooth and clear than others. But again, those side streets are the ones that are really tricky this morning. They haven't quite gotten there yet. But as we've been saying and we'll continue to say, they're going to definitely get to those hills, arterials, and near schools and hospitals first. But yeah, we should definitely start seeing them more this morning. But you can see that they've been out since early.
Excellent. All right, Destiny, thanks so much.
All right, poor weather conditions were a factor in a crash that sent 5 people to the hospital in a head-on collision near Moscow. It happened near milepost 356 last night on Highway 95. Idaho State Police say a 16-year-old boy was driving a minivan with several family members inside when he lost control of that van, crossing the center line and crashing head-on with an SUV. A 22-year-old man in that SUV and his female passenger were taken to the hospital, as were 3 of the people in the minivan. The 16-year-old was cited for driving too fast for conditions. In our For the People coverage now, tomorrow is Election Day, but ballots have been rolling into the elections office for weeks now.
And sometimes those ballots can be challenged or rejected. There are a few different reasons that can happen. From the moment your ballot is received at the Spokane County Elections Office to the point where it is counted, the vote goes through about 6 different steps, as long as there are no issues. Thousands of ballots are rejected or challenged in Washington every election, and most of the time it ties back to your signature. The signature on the envelope is compared to the signature you shared when you registered to vote. The best way to make sure your ballot is counted is to follow its progress by tracking it on votewa.gov. You can register and vote right up until the deadline at 8 tomorrow night.
All right, you have just a day and a half there. That's what it is to get your vote in for the 2022 midterms. You can find all of our election coverage on city, state, and national races, and share your opinions by going to our For the People coverage section on KXLY.com. You can also download the 4 News Now app and the KXLY Plus streaming app for all of our election coverage. All right, tonight's Powerball winner could be an all-timer. A winning ticket would now be worth almost $2 billion.
More than 40 drawings without a winner has brought the potential jackpot to the highest in lottery history. The $1.9 billion jackpot beats the last world record of $1.58 billion, also set by Powerball in 2016. But thanks to interest rate hikes, the cash value for tonight's jackpot of $929 million is actually less than the cash value for the 2016 prize. This jackpot has been growing for 3 months. Get your tickets if you're into that kind of thing. If you want to blow your money.
Mark, you said you saw somebody buying like hundreds of dollars worth.
$500.
Wow.
And then he said, I'm going to buy $100 at each gas station on my way to work. And I said, good on you. I have my one number. I paid $2. I'm in the game.
That's the whole gambling thing. It's gambling. How many of us just throwing our money away?
Oh, yeah, but I've set my retirement plans in action already. One ticket, right?
Yeah.
All right, if you are out and about today, you're seeing fresh snow, and, well, we're going to see that throughout the morning hours. We're going to have a full look at the forecast coming up.
Well, we all got an extra hour of sleep this weekend, while a local doctor says changing the clocks twice a year could be detrimental to our health.
And a new study offers some hope for treatment of long COVID. What's coming up on Good Morning Northwest?
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pacific Insulation.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
What inspires you? Imagine the possibilities at Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery. Bring your vision to us.
Shop online or schedule a one-on-one showroom appointment to discover stunning products from brands like Electrolux and the best selection of lighting at build.com/Ferguson.
In 1992, we sent Patty Murray to the Senate to fight for us. But after nearly 30 years in D.C., she's changed. Murray has taken almost $2 million from lobbyists, and she voted for a massive tax cut for millionaires. Patty Murray's looking out for the millionaires and special interests, not us. It's time for a change. That's why I'm voting for Tiffany Smiley. She's a political outsider who will always put Washington families first.
Evergreen Principles PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs, all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Freedom, liberty, pursuing American dreams. That's Idaho. But Joe Biden severely threatened our way of life. Reckless energy policies sent gas prices soaring, irresponsible spending, and record-breaking inflation. Open borders allowed dangerous drugs and crime into our neighborhoods. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message because we are Idaho, and together we'll fight to protect Idaho's way of life.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
All right, we are tracking breaking news this morning coming out of Tanzania, where 19 people were killed when a plane flying in bad weather plunged into Lake Victoria.
The country's prime minister says all the bodies are believed to have been recovered. 24 people survived the crash and were rescued by boat. The Precision Air flight had flown across Tanzania and was preparing to land when that crash happened.
Also new this morning, a study shows Paxlovid, which is already used to reduce the risk of death and hospitalization from COVID-19, also seems to reduce the risk of long COVID. That finding comes from a study of 9,000 veterans who took the drug within the first 5 days of their coronavirus infection. The VA Health System study showed the Pfizer antiviral treatment showed a 26% reduced risk of developing several long COVID conditions, including heart disease, blood disorders, fatigue, muscle pain, and shortness of breath, among others. The study has not yet been published in a medical journal or gone through peer review.
Your 10-second takeaway on this Monday, it's going to be snowing throughout the morning hours, no doubt about it. So grab your snow gear, grab your patience, hat and gloves. Our high today is going to be 32 in the noon hour.
Well, we all set our clocks back an hour as daylight saving time ended over the weekend, but a doctor from the University of Washington says changing our clocks twice a year could be detrimental to our health.
When we go to daylight saving time, it's like dosing the entire population with an hour of permanent jet lag. In particular, when we spring forward, increased heart attacks, strokes, mental health gets impaired, accidents. There's all kinds of untoward effects of that.
Now, the Senate passed a bill earlier this year to keep us on daylight saving time permanently, but it is currently stalled in the House. So in all likelihood, when spring rolls around, you will spring your clocks forward once again. Maybe that'll be the last time if the House gets around to voting on it.
We'll tell you about it.
All right. Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:12.
The snow has been falling for the last few hours. We'll take you back outside and show you what you're dealing with on the roads this morning.
And the final push to midterm elections with presidents past and present hitting the campaign trail. That's coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
I seem to be having a problem with my heat. It seems to be making this sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. At Mainstream Heating and Cooling, we speak your language.
Hi, I'm Baylor. Hi, I'm Graham.
And Grady Smiley.
Reminding you to turn in your ballots for our mom.
Tiffany Smiley.
Send it back here so we can finally walk home from school alone.
Here to bring back road trips.
Or here so we can get the good snacks again.
Thanks, boys. This year, every vote counts. Get your ballots in by November 8th, and together, we will win.
Mom, they got this.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
Meet your local essential workers.
What I like about the UFCW 3000 is for the benefits that make our lives better.
They make sure that we have secured pension and retirement.
I can work part-time and still maintain my health care coverage.
I don't see myself going anywhere else because of the UFCW 3000 benefits and wages.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Support local essential workers who live in and support our community. Go to ufcw3000.org to learn more.
Under the threat of fire or break-in, be protected by the safe Moore Locksmiths recommend American Security. American Security's custom door organizer comes standard on all models of the SF. Store valuable jewelry, coins, art, bank, and identity documents too. If it's gotta be safe, it's gotta be American Security.
Available at Safe and Vault Store in the Spokane Valley.
What could go wrong?
Some ideas seem good.
What could go wrong?
But aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. Homevestors, the We Buy Ugly Houses people, can buy your house fast for all cash, as is with no hassle. We Buy Ugly Houses, home of the fair cash offer. Call or click to sell quick.
The 4 News Now Extreme Team back in action, and just before Veterans Day, we've got one at the Vet Center we're going to do geared towards Vietnam vets. It's going to be amazing. You can watch it this week on 4 News Now. The Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Long ago, Patty Murray said,
I believe that there's a place for real people in government.
Then Murray went to this Washington, the place of 30-year career politicians, record inflation, extreme gridlock. It's time for change. Tiffany Smiley, nurse, mom of 3, military wife, and veterans advocate. 30 years is long enough. It's Tiffany's time for real change. ESA Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's now 6:15. The nation is just one day away from casting final ballots in a pivotal midterm election. Democrats and Republicans are now locked in neck-and-neck Senate races in critical states. With control of Congress on the line, presidents past and present hit the campaign trail over the weekend in a final push to get their voters to the polls. ABC's Justin Finch reports.
After months of campaigning, candidates and their surrogates making their closing cases in tightening contest. From the red-hot Senate races in Georgia.
A radical idea nowadays, character matters. Truth-telling matters. Integrity matters.
We're in a spiritual battle right now, are we not? We're in a spiritual battle.
To Arizona.
Do we think the red wave is dead?
To Pennsylvania.
The energy in Bucks County is just amazing.
The Keystone State, a way station for 3 presidents. President Biden joining former President Obama for a rare joint appearance.
Truth and facts and logic and reason and basic decency are on the ballot. Democracy itself is on the ballot.
Fetterman and Republican opponent Mehmet Oz are in a close race for Pennsylvania's open Senate seat. Former President Trump rallying with Oz.
And if you want to stop the destruction of our country and save the American dream this Tuesday, you must go out and vote Republican in this giant red wave.
The former president also teasing his own entry into the 2024 presidential race as soon as today. President Biden campaigning in New York, reminding voters what's at stake.
This election isn't a referendum, it's a choice. It's a choice between 2 fundamentally different visions of America.
And many Americans are voting early, with more than 40 million ballots already cast, surpassing early voting numbers from the 2018 midterms. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
All right, you are taking a look. I think we can safely call it blanketed now.
I think
blanketed,
so. Yes.
Downtown Spokane. We were calling it, somewhere between a dusting and a blanket earlier.
Well, and it definitely is breaking news for those of us having to get out in it. Let's check in with Destiny. She's been out on the roads.
Yeah, some roads this morning are a blanket, some are a fitted sheet, some are a comforter, because right now we can see on Division near Bridgeport that you can see a little bit more pavement. More cars are moving this morning, going to work, going to school, but it's still very slippery. So make sure you take your time, especially when you're stopping and going at those lights, especially when you're making your turns, and give space to not only the cars around you, but the plows that are at work as well. We'll continue to be out here giving you live updates this morning.
Are impacted. You can see the list running across the top of your screen. You can look on our website as well for updates.
Yeah, almost 20 school districts either closed or delayed so far this morning. Spokane Public Schools still on time, though.
Heavier snow to the north, to the northwest, up in Okanogan, and across all the way into North Idaho. That's the heaviest snow so far. So we look at what we have right now. We're expecting 32 degrees, 2 to 4 inches total for our region, our area, and then it will be more to the north. Tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy and cold, 17 degrees for the overnight low, with some winds coming up out of the northeast, bringing that colder air mass in. Doppler radar right now, so it's snow, and we see that snow coming across, but also between Sprague and Cheney, we start to see that breakout. We're going to see in the next couple of hours, 3 hours, we're going to see, again, the potential end of the snow falling, but it's going to hang out because temperatures are so cold. We have had, again, that rain-snow mix throughout the morning hours. Now, mostly light snow with just a little bit into the Colfax area, switching over to rain. So that's where that warm air mass is. So we see by 9 o'clock the potential right along I-90 and to the north, holding on to the snow, to the south stopping. We get a break through the day, and then about 4 o'clock we see another round of showers coming in as this system comes back around. Will not be what we're seeing right now. It'll be flurries and light rain showers. 32 will be our high today, 40 into Pullman, 19 for the overnight low into Grand Coulee, 13 into Colville, 12 into Sandpoint, 13 into Kellogg. So temperatures in the teens all over the place. Ritzville at 22. Tri-City's holding on to a little bit of heat at 30 for the overnight low. Our extended planning forecast calls for dry, partly cloudy, and cold all the way through Friday with highs into the upper 20s. It's the overnight lows into the teens. We really need to be prepared for this. By the weekend, we warm up a touch.
A touch.
Yeah.
Not much.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. It's now 6:20. The regular season starts today for college basketball. We'll preview the Zags matchup with North Florida.
And make it 4 straight wins for the Seahawks, who now have a game-and-a-half lead in the NFC West. We'll hear from Geno Smith on the big win next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Fall is among us. Let Peters & Sons Florists help you surprise your someone special with a bouquet arrangement bursting with the colors of autumn. Celebrate the season. Fall is among us. Give someone flowers. It always makes them smile. Peters & Sons Florists. Call or click today.
Election Day on 4 News Now.
Live local coverage throughout the day.
Last-minute voting, extended interviews, reaction, and more information you need as it happens.
On air, online, and on the 4 News Now app.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Looking for quality and experience? Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic has been providing personalized care to their clients for over 30 years. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, they do it all. With competitive costs and quality service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Hey, Rach, it's your pal, Oprah.
Oprah's favorite things are back.
You get a gift, and you get a gift.
Plus, an all-time favorite pasta, Mixed Rachel.
Watch Rachel today at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country's Christmas Cash Giveaway. Just listen at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 4 p.m. We'll give away $500 Christmas cash every Friday afternoon. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
Is one casino really any better than the next? Well, at Northern Quest, we've got the largest gaming floor in the region. Not to mention the most slot titles, the most payouts, the largest selection of table games, the lowest minimum bets, the highest maximum bets, and a state-of-the-art sports book. So you tell us. Northern Quest. Yes, the best. Play daily to upgrade your sleigh with a new Porsche Cayenne on December 22nd.
I have a little bit of savings, but I depend on Social Security and Medicare. I'm alarmed to read that Tiffany Smiley supports a plan that could virtually, in all respects, end Social Security and Medicare in 5 years. Then she'd make Congress fight about whether to create those programs all over again. It's a nightmare. Tiffany Smiley, I earned my Social Security and Medicare. I will not let you take them away.
Women voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fall is among us. Let Peters & Sons Florists help you surprise your someone special with a bouquet arrangement bursting with the colors of autumn. Celebrate the season. Fall is among us. Give someone flowers. It always makes them smile. Peters & Sons Florists. Call or click today.
We are now halfway through the NFL season, and the Seattle Seahawks are still atop the NFC West as they put some more room between them and the rest of the pack on Sunday afternoon. They go down to Arizona and put on an offensive clinic, beating the Cardinals 31-21 to earn the season sweep of their division rival. Quarterback Geno Smith had himself another impressive game, throwing for 275 yards and a couple of touchdowns. On the ground, Kenneth Walker III continues to cement himself as the next great Seattle running back, going for over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns as well, as Seahawks win their 4th game in a row. And I think it's safe to say this team has a lot more on their minds than just the playoffs.
So it was a tough win, and it's very important. You need these type of tests during the season. You have to feel what it's like to play championship football. That felt like a championship game. you know, they're playing for their season as well. They're a really good team. You know, hats off to the Cardinals. They have really good players on that defense and on that offense. And so it's going to be like that every week in the NFL. And we got to feel that in order to learn how to win. I think we're just continuing to scratch the surface of what we can be.
Seattle will now take the longest road trip of the season for any team as they're going to travel out to Munich, Germany next week for a matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's going to be an early kickoff, 6:30 in the morning to be exact. And after more than 7 months of waiting, the Gonzaga Bulldogs will be back in action as they get their regular season underway Monday night against North Florida. The Zags enter this season as the second-ranked team in the AP poll, led by forward Drew Timme. They're also tied for the best odds with to win the 2023 National Championship game. Tip-off between the Bulldogs and the Ospreys is set for 6 inside the kennel. And when Gonzaga does tip off, they're going to be debuting these custom Nike N7 jerseys in celebration of Native American Heritage Month. The turquoise color is symbolic of friendship and fellowship in Native American cultures. This is the 4th time the Zags will wear these uniforms as they're 3-0 in previous matchups.
And so many college basketball teams are tipping off their season today. Today's the first day you can do it. So the Cougs, Huskies, Eagles, and Vandals all playing today as well.
Hey, basketball.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun. Good morning, Northwest time now, 6:26.
An update to a story we told you about last week where a Spokane family's car was stolen at Seattle Children's Hospital.
And new rules go into effect today for those driving through school zones on the South Hill. Before we go to break, though, here's a first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, who wants to be a billionaire?
I think it's everybody's dream even to win just $1 million. But talk about $1 billion or now almost $2 billion.
It's the largest Powerball pot of all time, $1.9 billion, and it can be yours for just $2 and a lot of luck. 41 consecutive drawings since the last huge winner took home nearly $700 million in California. As the cash prize goes up, your odds of winning stay the same, a staggering 1 in 300 million. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning and bitten by a shark. As lottery officials say, larger jackpots are happening more often. They also urge caution.
I want to foster an environment with responsible gaming, so please don't spend money that you wouldn't otherwise spend on fun and games.
And we'll have much more on this record-breaking jackpot coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
You'll love saving your green at Jennifer's.
Have you had your furnace checked out this year? Now's the time to get our best deal. We have certified technicians available this week to get a safety tune-up for only $99.
324-7884 Spokane Comfort Systems.
Joe Biden can count on Patty Murray. Other Democrats may abandon Biden, but the president doesn't worry about Murray. From the Green New Deal, student loan forgiveness, expanding the IRS, and giving health care and citizenship to border crossers. Murray votes with Biden 96% of the time on refocusing the military to white supremacy, transgender rights, critical race theory. Patty Murray is a committed progressive. Call Patty Murray. Thank her for standing with President Joe Biden. Our American Century is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We voted for Patty Murray 4 times before.
But not this year.
Not this time.
Prices at the grocery store keep going up.
Our 401ks are losing value. We're headed in the wrong direction, and we need new blood.
It's time for Tiffany Smiley.
This November change is on the ballot, and her name is Tiffany Smiley.
This isn't about a party. This is about the future of Washington.
I think we can do better. Voting for Tiffany Smiley is doing better.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
Are you afraid your furnace won't last much longer? Does it make weird noises? Don't wait. We have certified technicians available this week for our $99 safety tune-up special.
324-7884 Spokane Comfort Systems.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
At the 4 News Now Story Tracker, following some of the top stories this morning.
President Biden will be in Maryland tonight holding a rally for the Democratic candidate for governor. It's one of the Democrats' best chances to flip a Republican-held governor's seat. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump will hold his final rally of the campaign in Ohio, where he helped a one-time Trump critic J.D. Vance secure the GOP's nomination for a Senate seat. Trump has teased a potential announcement of a 2024 presidential run as soon as today.
A Washington State University police sergeant accused of sexual misconduct while on duty has resigned from the university. Sergeant Matt Kurt submitted his resignation effective November 1st. WSU says a university investigation found Kurt engaged in predatory grooming behavior, made sexually explicit comments and non-consensual physical contact with coworkers, and engaged in sexual activities while on duty.
More snow is falling across the inland Northwest, and it will continue falling all morning.
Yeah, make sure you take it slow. Give yourself plenty of time to get to where you're going today. Destiny Richards is live outside with a look at those road conditions here in our 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, the snow continues to fall this morning, and we're giving you another look at a different part of Division, and it is definitely snow covered on these roads, because even as the plows go over the roadways, it's still falling right on top of it. So just give yourself plenty of space with the people around you. Those lanes might be a little bit difficult to see this morning, and yeah, also give space to the plows. We saw a tweet from the Washington Department of Transportation. They are out on the highways this morning treating roads. And then our city plows have also been working since early this morning, getting those hills and arterials so that you can get to where you're going today safely. And again, give yourself plenty of time. This is not the first snow day that we're going to be having, so make sure you have your First Alert weather app as well to know when those storm warnings are coming. Push notifications, have those on. That will really let you know the timing of these snow days. So I'll send it back to you guys for now.
All right, Destiny, thank you so much.
Let's get to Mark now with your First Alert forecast.
Yeah, the full team. We're tracking snow. There's no doubt about it. It's falling in the area. We are going to see it taper off later on this morning. Here are the 4 things you need to know. The winter weather advisory is in effect till this afternoon. That includes areas to the north where they're going to see that afternoon snow. We won't in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area. It looks like snow into the noon hour for our region, and then things do improve. Slippery morning drive, no doubt about it. We just showed you that. And again, that Arctic cold. We're going to talk about just how cold and for how long coming up. Winter weather advisory, yeah, in our area, but to the south, not so much into the Palouse and then into the LC Valley. To the north, it's a winter storm warning from Omak all the way to Colville, and then a winter weather advisory for North Idaho. We look at our live conditions. We're looking at 25 degrees and light snow into Coeur d'Alene. You can see the lanes. They're working those roads as well as us, 29 degrees officially, and you can see we can see the lanes, but we want you to be careful. So here's a look at your day today. We're going to have temperatures in the upper 20s. We're going to have that light snow falling through the 9 o'clock hour. Our high today is going to be 32 degrees.
All right, Mark, thank you. If you drive through school zones on the South Hill, you'll want to listen up. The warning period for 3 school zone safety cameras ends today. Drivers who are going too fast in the 20-mile-per-hour school zones will start getting speeding tickets. The new speed cameras were added by the Spokane City Council in response to a 2014 accident that critically injured a student a few blocks from a school zone. The city hopes the addition of these cameras can convince drivers to slow down.
People that come out here and they might be going over and they get hit with it, they're probably more concerned of, is it going to affect my insurance? It's not. We're just trying to encourage people to slow down.
Now, those 3 cameras are located at Ferris High School, Adams Elementary, which is right across the street, and Roosevelt Elementary. Police say they will only operate during school hours. The cameras are fully funded by drivers who violate the speed limit. Those speeders can be fined a maximum of $450.
An update to a story we told you about last week. Police have found the car stolen from a Spokane family at Seattle Children's Hospital. They were there for their son's brain surgery and had their car stolen out of the parking garage. Officers looked for the car all day. They found it Friday. The person driving the stolen car drove off and tried getting away. He tried driving through 2 patrol cars and then tried to run. Police found 2 firearms, one which was stolen. They also found meth, fentanyl, cocaine, and marijuana, plus $8,000 in the car. The parents, Callie and William Fager, drove up from Spokane for their son's surgery. Their son has epilepsy and had been in and out of hospitals.
Has some breaking news from the conflict in Ukraine now. About 4.5 million Ukrainians have been left without power today as Russia steps up its attacks on civilian infrastructure. That's according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The outage is aimed at stabilizing the nation's fragile electric grid, which has been under severe strain ever since Russia began attacking power plants almost a month ago.
Original Duran Duran guitarist Andy Taylor was not able to attend his band's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Saturday. The artist revealed he had stage 4 prostate cancer. Duran Duran lead singer Simon Le Bon broke the news on stage, reading portions of an open letter from Taylor.
Just over 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic prostate cancer. Many families have experienced the slow burn of this disease, and of course we are no different. So I speak from the perspective of a family man, but with profound humility to the band.
Taylor's full note is posted on Duran Duran's official website. And they weren't the only star-studded folks to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Boy, there was lots of others. Including Pat Benatar, Eminem, The Eurythmics, Carly Simon, Lionel Richie, and beloved country icon Dolly Parton. Accepting the honors she had previously refused, she joked, "I guess I'm a rock star now." The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony will air November 19th on HBO and streaming on HBO Max.
If you couldn't tell, the guy in the black hooded thing, you could hardly see his face, was Eminem. Okay. Once you had the side profile, I was like, who is that guy? Oh, it's him. All right, it's now almost 6:37.
All right, you have lots to talk about, sir.
Yeah, I won't be inducted into anything today. It is going to be a snowy day through the morning hours, but up north,
look at those
they're going to see another 4 to 6 inches up into the Colville area. We're going to see up to 9 inches still into that north central section, and we have snowy conditions right now. We're going to have more on that snow forecast coming up.
Also coming up on Good Morning Northwest, why experts say there is no need to panic about your retirement accounts. Stick around.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Chris Jordan. As Assistant Attorney General, my profession is public safety. I'm a union member and 4th-generation Spokanite running to be your commissioner. I'll target root causes of crime with smart investments. We can boost affordable housing options and childcare and take the politics out of homelessness, working together as a region for real solutions. Let's build a future in Spokane County where working families can thrive. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Browning Pro Steel Safes offer industry-leading storage solutions with fully adjustable shelving, high-capacity barrel racks, and patented door storage. Your adventure begins and ends with Browning Pro Steel Safes.
Available at Safe and Vault store in the Spokane Valley.
I have a little bit of savings, but I depend on Social Security and Medicare. I'm alarmed to read that Tiffany Smiley supports a plan that could virtually, in all respects, end Social Security and Medicare in 5 years. Then she'd make Congress fight about whether to create those programs all over again. It's a nightmare. Tiffany Smiley, I earned my Social Security and Medicare. I will not let you take them away.
Women voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's time. Time to set your eyes free. Free from limitations in your vision. Free from glasses and contacts. Free to see your best and be your best. It's time to smile. Smile is state-of-the-art laser vision correction, or LVC for short. Smile is easy on the eyes. It's bladeless, flapless, and effortless.
Contact Empire Eye Physicians today to learn more about Smile, the new alternative to LASIK.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
Why is Mitch McConnell spending millions to convince you to support Tiffany Smiley?
Tiffany Smiley is outstanding.
So Trump Republicans can pass their extreme agenda. Repeal the Affordable Care Act.
Tiffany Smiley is outstanding.
Slash Medicare. Privatize Social Security.
Outstanding.
Overturn elections.
Outstanding.
Ban abortion. Roll back same-sex marriage.
Outstanding.
Smiley is Mitch McConnell's hand-picked candidate for Senate, making her the wrong choice for us.
It is now 6:39. In News for Your Health this morning, a new type of antibiotic to treat urinary tract infections will soon be submitted for FDA approval ahead of schedule. It's a big deal because it's the first antibiotic treatment for UTIs in more than 20 years. UTIs are one of the most common infections, especially in women and girls. The drug maker GSK said its independent data monitoring committee recommended stopping testing early because the drug had already proven to be effective. GSK said it would prepare its findings for publication in a medical journal and submit its data to the FDA for approval next year. That's about a year ahead of the study's anticipated completion date. New antibiotics are desperately needed because over time, many kinds of bacteria become resistant to the agents used to treat them.
6:40 on a snowy Monday. Here's your 10-second takeaway. It's going to be snowing all morning long. We expect this to break out about 10, 11 o'clock. So grab your snow gear, your hats, your gloves, your patience. 32 will be our high today.
Tens of millions of Americans have 401k retirement plans, but lately it's been a little scary to look at those statements.
It has. Experts say there's no reason to panic, though, about your retirement account. The stock market is down significantly this year, yes, and inflation is soaring to levels we haven't seen in decades. But the editor at CNET Money says uncertainty in the market shouldn't force you into quick decisions about what to do with your money.
Don't make changes because you're watching TV and you're watching stocks fall. Just remember that that is par for the course as we are investing for decades towards retirement. The good news is that there are more positive days in the market than there are negative days over the long run.
Not as comforting if you're close to retirement, though. If you do want to make changes, get some help from a certified expert. And remember, there is free help available if you have a 401k account.
There's an 800 number or a website attached to that portfolio, the company that manages and operates that portfolio outside of your company, the plan sponsor. They will have resources for their plan participants, free resources. If you need to talk to somebody to just get a better understanding of what is going on in your portfolio.
Experts say if your company matches your contributions to a 401k account, you should take full advantage of that because you are basically getting free money. So again, try not to panic, even though it is hard when you see it going like this all the time.
Yeah, definitely. It is now 6:42.
All right, why Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton has decided to call it quits on the 2024 presidential race. That's coming up here on Good Morning Northwest.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Freedom, liberty, pursuing American dreams. That's Idaho. But Joe Biden severely threatened our way of life. Reckless energy policies sent gas prices soaring, irresponsible spending, and record-breaking inflation. Open borders allowed dangerous drugs and crime into our neighborhoods. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message because we are Idaho, and together we'll fight to protect Idaho's way of life.
Since 1945, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Spokane and surrounding communities. A lot has changed since 1945, but one thing that hasn't is our mission to nurture long-term relationships with our customers by offering quality products, flat rate pricing, and industry-leading workmanship. And with our 24/7 service, we will get to you anytime, anywhere. Call for a quote today and see for yourself why Sturm is Spokane's first choice for heating and cooling. Or visit sturmheating.com.
I have a little bit of savings, but I depend on Social Security and Medicare. I'm alarmed to read that Tiffany Smiley supports a plan that could virtually, in all respects, end Social Security and Medicare in 5 years. Then she'd make Congress fight about whether to create those programs all over again. It's a nightmare. Tiffany Smiley, I earned my Social Security and Medicare. I will not let you take them away.
Women Voters responsible for the content of this advertising.
What if the people of Spokane decided to completely end domestic violence?
What if we committed to the idea that all of our neighbors deserve a safe home? What if we said no more fear? Working together, we will make the dream a reality. Learn the signs, get educated, make a difference. Visit endtheviolencespokane.org. Spokane will end the violence.
September 7th was horrible.
All hell broke loose.
80% of the town lost their homes.
My family's home burned to the ground.
It was just heartbreaking.
Kathy was there for us.
Not taking political sides.
She's done a lot.
Put her name on the line to help here.
Kathy helped us start the journey to rebuilding.
She went above and beyond. She genuinely, actually cares.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
All right, welcome back. As former President Donald Trump edges closer to announcing for 2024, one prominent Republican says he's out. Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton has decided to remove himself from a long list of rumored GOP hopefuls. Cotton had recently made trips to Iowa and New Hampshire, 2 of the earliest voting states in the Republican presidential primary. The Arkansas Republican has told donors he decided he did not want to be away from his 2 young sons. Sources close to Cotton say the senator came to the decision following months of consultation with donors, aides, and his own family.
Here is a live look at your Monday morning. It is snowy. The snow has been falling for quite some time.
Yeah.
And for some of you, it's been falling a lot because we have lots of school delays and closures, and it's a mess out there.
All right. Destiny, did you just wave to that car who drove by and honked at you?
Yes, might as well, right? You have to have fun when it's a snow day as well. But we have been taking a look at conditions all morning, and yes, plows have been out, but again, this snow is coming down so hard and fast and consistently that it's going right on top of the roads again. So the name of the game is to just take it slow, be careful out here this morning. If you happen to be walking anywhere today, because we have seen people walking to bus stops, things like that, take it from me, layer up. Cover your head, your face, everything, because it is snowing hard this morning. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right. Yeah, and again, we all came in 3 o'clock hour-ish, and it's been snowing at least since then.
I'm the ish part. It is that time to find the winter hats, the gloves. If you
Your scrapers.
We talk.
Or
maybe
your
a snow shovel.
Sweepy things.
Your little sweepy thingy.
Broom things.
Honey, where do we put the sweepy thingy? Robin said I need it. It's in your back seat.
The brush. There it is. Snow brush, whatever.
Sorry, I just love it. All right, let's get to the forecast, show you what's going on. Here's your morning drive. We are going to see that snow continue to fall for the next couple of hours. We're going to add to our totals by another inch. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s and around 30 degrees, so we want you to be prepared for that. Temperatures right now, we're sitting at 29 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 25. Still snow falling there. St. Mary's, you're drying out. 34 into Pullman. We get down into Ritzville, no snow there, and we have 27 up to Colville with active snow as well. So we see the backside of this as we head out towards the Four Lakes area and then beyond on I-90. It doesn't mean everything is dry and safe. You want to take it easy when you're traveling because it's had snow overnight. Heavy snows from Omak all the way across into North Idaho, and we see the warmer temperatures starting to sneak in. It's going to take a while to mix out. So 32 for the high today. Snow, 2 to 4 inches. We have been 1.5 to 2 inches now in downtown Spokane. We'll probably add another inch to that before it's all said and done. Tonight, it is going to be cold. It is going to be dry sky-wise and 17 degrees. So it would be good to get that sidewalk and your driveway shoveled because everything is going to freeze rock solid tonight. Doppler radar. So we do see the snow, and we see as we come in towards Cheney, just on the verge of seeing it slow down there. But it continues up north, and that's going to be the trend. We look at the radar right now, and we expand this out. Omak's drying out for the first time in, since 8 o'clock yesterday morning when their snow started. And we see Sandpoint continuing to get more. But Colfax, you're turning over to rain showers. The forecast, again, calling this to wrap up 9, 10 o'clock in the morning for Spokane. It'll continue through the afternoon into Colville, and then we'll have a resurgence of some flurries or scattered showers throughout the evening, and then things dry out overnight, and we're just going to get cold. Today, we're going to be hovering around freezing, and we're going to see 40s, low 40s, Ritzville and Moses Lake. Tonight, temperatures into the teens, single digits. Bonners Ferry at 9, 12 into Sandpoint, 13 Kellogg, 17 and 16 for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, respectively. Yeah, it's going to be cold weather. So getting that stuff cleared out is really going to help. Here's your planning forecast. It's going to be dry after today. We are going to see the snow that we have stick because everything is going to be cold. Temperatures at night into the teens, daytime highs around 30 degrees. And that takes us all the way into Friday. We really want you to be prepared. But yeah, now we're going to have icy conditions tomorrow because what is wet now will freeze overnight.
Right.
So be prepared.
Also, whoever just called you, his phone was ringing. Mark's busy right now.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Go let us know who it was.
It's
we heard
now.
it ring 5 times.
It's 10 minutes after, or before the hour.
Your morning sprint's coming up next.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW.
We voted for Patty Murray 4 times before.
But not this year.
Not this time.
Prices at the grocery store keep going up.
Our 401ks are losing value.
We're headed in the wrong direction, and we need new blood.
It's time for Tiffany Smiley.
This November change is on the ballot, and her name is Tiffany Smiley.
This isn't about a party. This is about the future of Washington.
I think we can do better. Voting for Tiffany Smiley is doing better.
I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
For over 25 years, Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been your choice for the best in-floor covering for your home or business. Let Fairway Floor's professional design staff help choose your favorite floor from major brands such as Shaw, Mohawk, Mannington, and Armstrong. From remodels to new construction, let Fairway Floor help you dream it, design it, live it. Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet, North Idaho's premier flooring store. Come in and see it for yourself.
In 1992, we sent Patty Murray to the Senate to fight for us. But after nearly 30 years in D.C., she's changed. Murray has taken almost $2 million from lobbyists, and she voted for a massive tax cut for millionaires. Patty Murray's looking out for the millionaires and special interests, not us. It's time for a change. That's why I'm voting for Tiffany Smiley. She's a political outsider who will always put Washington families first.
Evergreen Principles PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
My name is Angela, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. Things weren't feeling right for quite a while, and then things really went downhill. I had kidney cancer, and it had progressed where it metastasized to my lungs.
So Angela came to Summit Cancer Center for treatment because she could stay at home, and she had the best treatment that was being offered in the big cities.
Dr. Chandre said to me, "You're so lucky because we have a treatment for you."
I had recommended participation in a clinical trial that we had at Summit.
My body seemed to be extremely receptive to this type of clinical studies.
She participated in the trial, did extremely well, and got into remission. All of her cancer is gone.
And so I'm a success. It's awesome.
Contact us today to learn more about the state-of-the-art immune therapy clinical trials available here in the Inland Northwest.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, it is 6:53. It's time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint.
Snow's been falling for the past few hours.
Yeah, we're going to get right to Mark Peterson and Desi Measures telling us about what the conditions are looking like out there right now.
All right, we begin with the forecast, the first alert weather, winter weather advisory in our area. Now, it's still 4 o'clock, but the snow should stop somewhere around 10 or 11 o'clock for Spokane. Light snow continues to fall mid-20s into Coeur d'Alene. We're in the upper 20s into Coeur d'Alene, or into Spokane. All right, so live satellite and radar. Yeah, we definitely have the snow happening right here. That morning drive will be active. We want you to slow down, take it easy. We'll have more coming up.
Like Mark said, it is snowing and it will continue snowing throughout the morning, so definitely plan some time if you have anywhere to go today. The snow is not letting up, covering the roadways, but plows are out. Be sure to give them plenty of space, as well as the cars around you. We'll continue to give you live updates of the road conditions throughout the morning.
And those weather conditions have led to several school closures and delays. Brewster School District, Methow Valley School District, and Okanagan are just a few that are closed for the day. Bunch of delays as well. For a full list of those, just check out KXLY.com.
And poor weather conditions were a factor in a crash that sent 5 people to the hospital in a head-on collision near Moscow. It happened near milepost 356 last night on Highway 95. Idaho State Police say a 16-year-old boy was driving a minivan with several family members inside when he lost control of the van, crossing the center line and crashing head-on with an SUV. A 22-year-old man in that SUV and his female passenger were taken to the hospital, as were 3 of the people in the minivan. The 16-year-old was cited for driving too fast for conditions.
In our For the People coverage this morning, tomorrow is Election Day, but ballots have been rolling into elections offices for weeks. Sometimes those ballots can be challenged or rejected. There are a few different reasons that can happen. Most of the time, it ties back to your signature. The signature on the envelope is compared to the signature you shared when you registered to vote. The best way to make sure your ballot is counted is to follow its progress by tracking it on votewa.gov.
Idaho voters will have a choice in this election of whether or not lawmakers can call for a special legislative session. Right now, Idaho is one of only 14 states where a special session may only be called by the governor. Supporters say the legislature needs the power to call itself back into session to act as a check on the executive branch. But opponents say giving lawmakers that ability is a step toward big government overreach and a full-time legislature. If approved, 60% of lawmakers in both the House and Senate need to agree for them to reconvene.
The warning period for 3 school zone safety cameras ends today. Drivers who are going too fast in the 20-mile-per-hour school zones will start getting speeding tickets. The new speed cameras were added by the Spokane City Council in response to a 2014 crash that critically injured a student a few blocks from a school zone. The council hopes the addition of these cameras can convince drivers to slow down.
An update to a story we told you about last week. Police have found the car stolen from a Spokane family at Seattle Children's Hospital. They were there for their son's brain surgery and had their car stolen out of the parking garage. Officers found it on Friday. The person driving the stolen car drove off and tried to get away. He tried driving through 2 patrolled cars and then tried to run away. Police found 2 firearms, one of which was stolen. They also found meth, fentanyl, cocaine, and marijuana, plus $8,000 in that car.
Apple is warning that shipments of its iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Max could be delayed by COVID restrictions in China. The plant that makes those models has had to cut back on operations with more COVID cases cropping up.
More music on the way for Amazon Prime subscribers. Feeling pressure from Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon now says it is boosting the number of songs available on the basic tier by tens of millions. About 200 million people subscribe to Amazon Prime.
Tonight's Powerball is an all-timer. A winning ticket could be worth almost $2 billion. The $1.9 billion jackpot beats the last world record of $1.58 billion, also set by Powerball in 2016. But thanks to interest rate hikes, the cash value for tonight's jackpot of $929 million is actually less than the cash value for the 2016 prize. This jackpot has been growing for 3 months.
The popular TV show The Crown returns Wednesday after a 2-year absence. The splintering marriage of Charles and Diana and more woes for Queen Elizabeth are in the drama spotlight. The 5th season takes on the British royals family's turbulent 1990s. Back with Final Check of Weather next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in. We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
Last year, I got the call that every parent dreads. My teenage daughter was in a horrible car accident on her way to school at that dangerous Highway 195 intersection. Latah Valley was developed without local schools or roadway safety. Al French wouldn't even meet to discuss the problems. We need more than someone who only listens to rich developer donors, cramming more houses into the area, making the problem worse. After 20 years of Al French, it's time for a change.
There are a lot of ways to deal with a stubborn drain. Call us at Mainstream Plumbing. Our high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber's gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. Call 866-411-ZAP.
All right, good morning, everybody. The snow continues to fall. It's going to happen for the next couple of hours. Then we're going to see this move out of our area. We take a look at the forecast radar, and all the models are in agreement that this is going to continue to make its way north. Will dry out, but it's still going to remain cold, and we're still going to have snow-covered roadways throughout the day, so please take it easy. That moves out of the area, and then some scattered showers coming in this afternoon. Today's high 32. Look for 28 tomorrow. It's the overnight lows into the teens. Make sure to shovel well today because everything will freeze up overnight, and we're not going to see anything really melt for the entire week.
Oh, my goodness. That does not look like very much fun.
Not at all. All right. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
We'll see you throughout Good Morning America. It starts now.